Welcome to Always Monday Night, the wrestling podcast made by fans for fans. And here are your hosts, Chris K and Tina Bay.
Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to Always Monday Night with your host, me, Chris K, and my lovely host, Tina Bay. How you doing, girl?
Hey, doing good. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing great. Needless to say, in the last, not even since our last show, let's just say in the last 7 days, a lot has happened.
It is a good time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, it's definitely not boring anymore. I'll tell you that. I mean, the in-ring stuff is still a little, not quite there, especially when it comes to AEW and WWE. It's definitely. Last weekend was pretty interesting. A lot of comments. A lot of we had the Clash of the Castle. We had All Out AEW, and no one really cared about the pay-per-view. It was all about the press conference scrum afterwards, which I thought was hysterical.
I heard it was a work.
I don't know. It's just we'll get into it, but yeah, there's a lot. It seems like a work only because that's what everybody's talking about. Everybody's talking about it. It was like no one really talked about Clash of the Castle. It was very mediocre. I think
disappointing.
I think it was disappointing. I think people were not happy that Roman won again, which I'm not happy about Roman won again.
Me either. I was banking on Drew taking home the title, or even Sheamus for that matter. I felt bad. Both hometown boys lost.
Yeah. I thought that was bad. But I knew Sheamus was going to win because they made such a big deal about him never winning the Intercontinental Championship. So right there, you knew he wasn't going to win. Because, God forbid. But I did not see that match. I heard that match was pretty good.
It was excellent.
I did not watch the women's six-man tag because, let's be honest, I did not care about six-women's tag. I did not care about a six-women's tag match. I didn't care. I had no desire to care about it. I just didn't care about it. I thought it was stupid.
Well, Bayley pinned Bianca, so there's your number one contender right there, obviously.
There you go.
You know what it reminds me of? Can I just say something about this whole Damage Control and Bianca and her friends?
Yeah, go ahead.
This reminds me of the time that Paige came back from injury and she brought Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville up.
Yes.
It's kind of like a recycled storyline a little bit.
We've been talking about it for the last two shows. Recycle storylines. That's all we know is recycling shit and gimmicks. And all I do is recycle. I'm hoping Hunter, or Trips, as we go to call him, gets out of that. But apparently he's not. I mean, and the name's a little weird.
Damage control, I know.
I don't know.
I could see control or something like that, but not damage control.
But when I think of damage control, I think of more. That's for a name for more of veterans. Not like people who just came back off the NXT roster. Bayley maybe, but not like Kota Kai and Sky. I just don't. How are you damage control? You just got up from the main roster. Actually, you were gone for a while. So how are you damage control? But whatever.
Right. Ding dong.
Yeah, ding dong. Yeah. I like Bayley. I'm not a big fan of Bayley, but I like Bayley. Bayley's okay, but
I think she's a great heel. I think she's a better heel than she is babyface.
Yeah. When she changed cut her hair and made herself black hair and made her heel, I think that was totally in her preference. I think that really works for her. I don't think they're going to change that.
She's a top heel now.
Yeah, well, top female heel,
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of the more. I start watching because once again I can't stand Peacock because you can't start from the beginning like you used to back in the days. If you miss it, you got to start where it's at, or you got to wait. Or if you start at a certain point, you can rewind it all the way. But I was right in the middle, so you can't rewind all the way to the beginning. I tried to do it before. I think I tried to do it for Money in the Bank, but it won't let me.
Didn't happen.
It won't let me record all the way.
Network used to let you do it.
Network was you can start right where it was. You just watch it live or start from the beginning, and now you can't do it Peacock, and it's so fucking annoying.
I hate Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock's so stupid. But I started watching Live match and Shayna Baszler, and how Shayna Baszler lost that match. I had no fucking idea. That made no goddamn sense.
I know that was okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to go on a little tangent here about Liv Morgan. Mm-hmm. I love Liv Morgan. I thought she definitely paid her dues when she was in the Riot Squad because basically that was just a 2.0 job squad. But do I think she's ready for championship material? She's got a little ways to go. She's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? She's kind of skittery in the ring.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I kind of understand. I don't think when you have like Shayna Baszler and Raquel Rodriguez and Ronda Rousey and even people like Bailey, I don't understand.
They know the flow.
Yeah, but I you look at them, I don't understand how Liv is on top as a champion. It just doesn't look right. I understand.
It doesn't.
Everybody gets a chance. I understand she was popular. I understand she's nice. I understand she has passion for the sport, which is good. But like that match right there shows like why is Liv champion? Because Shayna Baszler should have beat the shit out of her. Shayna Baszler should. I'm tired of people. I'm tired of seeing a goddamn video of Matt Riddle showing her how to get out of the clutch. I'm like, shut up, get out of here. Like, stop it. Every other TikTok video is that stupid ass thing. Shut up. But yeah, I saw that match and I was just like, I even texted you, like I started the match and I don't get this match. And I was just like, I don't know. Then the next match after that, I think, was the Judgment Day versus Rey Mysterio and Edge, which I was like, as soon as that match was, I was like, guess who's turning this week? Yay! And I just like I liked Edge really protecting himself with that shot to the balls. Because if you notice that,
right,
he was nowhere near his fucking balls. He clenched up his legs big time. Like, I'm like, he was nowhere near his balls. And then he
probably didn't trust the kid because the kid's so fucking green.
Yeah, exactly. You can't trust him. Yeah, he's like, fuck that. I don't trust this fucking kid. This kid can barely jump on the top rope. And then the best part was when he hit Ray and you looked over and the whole Judgment Day is just cracking the fuck up. I said that was the best thing of the whole show. I mean,
it was Dominic turning heel.
watching him cracking the fuck
perfect.
up. Oh, the side was just hysterical.
Then it was perfect.
Then of course Raw comes, and not to skip ahead, but then Raw comes and Edge is calling him out. I'm just like, no, like
Eddie's kid.
That was hysterical. That was, it's. And the thing is, with his hair, I think they're making him look like more and more like Eddie every day. So I'm sure it's going to come into play somewhere. And it is, because even Miz said a couple months back when he was fighting with Miz before WrestleMania, he goes, "Oh, your dad Eddie" or something. He said something about your dad, or I was like,
"Eddie's your daddy."
We're still bringing up. It's sad because it's like one of the worst ideas for a storyline, but everybody loved it. I kind of remember part of it. I was kind of in and out when it was on, and I was just like, "What's going on?" And like my friend was telling me at the time, it was just like, "Oh my God." And I just thought it was interesting, but it was just like, no,
in bad taste. Yeah,
kind of in bad taste.
That was like I don't know if you remember this, but you remember Brian Pillman, obviously, Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
When he was in the WWE.
Yeah.
They had that storyline with Terry Runnels about Goldust's kid being his love daughter.
Yes. Oh yeah. A recycle storyline again. Son of a bitch. I forgot all about that. You motherfuckers. God damn, you motherfuckers. Recycling son of a... I forgot all about that. You're right. Yeah, Dakota
it just triggered. It just triggered me. They can never come up with anything.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God. I totally forgot about that. Now I'm pissed.
And then Brian died. I was pissed.
Brian died a little bit after that. Not too long after that, yeah. It's a shame.
Because I remember Terry Runnels being all dressed up in black and having like this big old nose ring hanging from her nose.
Oh, that's right, because she was his slave or something like that, or
yes,
for a while. Yeah, he changed her, and I like Terry Runnels. I think she's hot. But
I do too. She's cutie. I loved it when she used to go like this. Okay, everybody who can't see this, I'm putting devil ears up. Devil horns. Sorry.
What was it? What was the Terry Invitational Tournament? Yeah. Tits.
Yes.
Fucking assholes.
Anyway.
But I thought the Liv match was kind of sad, and then you had the Judgment Day, which I thought was interesting. It was kind of like, I did like what they did with a little like it didn't hit Rhea Ripley, but it kind of hit Rhea Ripley, which I thought was kind of cool. But yeah, I just thought the best only part of that whole match was Dominic turning and them just cracking the fuck up and laughing. I just thought
right after they get their asses beat, they're like, ah.
Yeah. And then after that, was Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins.
That was a good match. You got to admit that was a barn burner.
It was good. But the only thing is, I just don't like where it's going. Where are you going with this match? Like seriously,
right? There's no long-term storytelling.
Yeah, you're trying to do AEW and bring real life into and like making fun of Matt Riddle, and then there's apparently something came. Did you see this? I didn't write down my notes. I totally forgot. I just remember about this. I wanted to ask you about this. Did you see something about like his ex put out a lot of text messages out about him, about Riddle? His actual ex-wife.
I heard about
like,
it.
He's like kind of like bisexual or something like that, or something. I'm not too
sure.
I'm not too sure what the whole storyline is, but there was a lot of memes and stuff, jokes about it. So, but I was trying to look up, see what the whole everything was about, and I didn't really find anything really concrete what it was about. But the jokes were towards like Damian Priest and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. It's his ex-wife, so I don't take too serious about.
She could be just doing vengeance.
Yeah.
She's pretty pissed off. I mean, he did cheat on her.
Is that what it is? Yeah. I did.
Yeah, he cheated on her, and the girl that he cheated on with filed sexual harassment charges on Riddle, and then she ended up dropping him because Riddle admitted that they had an affair. And he said he was working it out with his wife, but his wife left, like Rollins said before Clash at the Castle. She took the kids and ran off.
Yeah. You kids don't want to be with you because you're bitch ass.
You're bitch
I'm
ass.
Gonna smash your face. I'm like, if that was real, that whole smashing face, I wouldn't have said it. I would have got right up and went to find him.
Oh, me too. I'd have been like, taking off the mic.
I would have said, "What'd you say?" Yeah, hold on. And go right the fuck off. I was like, okay, hold on. What, you in Studio B?
I'll fire you.
What, in Studio A? You in Studio B? Okay, we no problem. I got you. Right back. I'll see you. Peace out.
Catch me outside. How about that?
I smash your face. I smash your face. Fuck, stop playing. Stop fucking playing. I'm like, what the fuck? Who wrote that shit?
Somebody gave him way too much Adderall.
Yeah. That definitely wasn't Brian Ward's fucking thing. I was like, stop playing. I'll smash your face. What the fuck ever. And then after that good match, and I knew Rollins was going to win only because I said to you, Rollins would win only because like he just lost to Cody several times on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You got to give him a win to make him legit. You can't have him keep losing on pay-per-view. So I knew Rollins would have won that one. The rest of the matches on that fucking show, I would probably got wrong. But yeah, I definitely had that one right. And then after that great thing, then you have the biggest letdown in the history of WrestleMania, or wrestling, I should say, not WrestleMania, is you had Drew McIntyre lose to Roman Reigns in his hometown and his own country, and the people are just flat. I think people are just so flat about that.
I think people are about ready to riot.
Yeah, people. I think that's why I don't really hear, because no one's really talking about Clash of the Castle. It's nowhere. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's trending America." Not really. I mean, like you don't really hear about it. I mean,
it was a shitty pay-per-view.
I mean, probably because of what happened Sunday night with AEW is probably why I don't hear about it. But still, it was just like, I mean, you had a chance to make a big impact with a lot of things there. Drew could have easily won. Who cares about I don't care about his streak. I don't give a shit about his streak. I like Roman Reigns. I like the bloodline. I like how it's set up. I don't give a shit about his streak. First of all, you're telling me he has a streak. First of all, he only has a streak with the one belt, not both.
Right.
So if you set something up, you can still have the streak and him lose the belts. The fact that you have both belts on a part-timer is the most annoying fucking thing in the entire world. I can't stand. I like Brock Lesnar. I always have until he became a part-timer. I'm tired of him wrestling at SmackDown or at SummerSlam, and all through August and July, the guy he's fighting is by himself doing promos by himself for a month by himself. It makes no fucking sense until the go home show, and then he comes in with Paul Heyman and he F5s everybody, and then that's it. Like it was just so ridiculous. I don't like part-timer. Like, and then they just had like something else that the result of the match was Solo joining the bloodline. Him getting
Solo Sequoia, whatever the hell, Sequoia,
whatever, Solo, whatever.
I was pissed seeing that.
Yeah,
I was really pissed, and I kind of said to myself, well, just like the meme said, he was the only bloodline member that could fly across the country.
He was still out of the country. It's not allowed in fucking Canada. I mean, seriously.
Why? What's the story on that?
I think it's their DUI or something like that, or something.
Yeah.
I think technically they're probably. if I'm not mistaken, if I had to guess, I can probably look up and find out. But if my guess is, they're probably on probation with the DUI. They probably can't leave the country if they're on probation. That's my guess.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm probably completely
Look at Jeff
wrong.
Hardy.
Yeah, I'm probably completely wrong about that. I'm probably so far off. But yeah, I mean,
it makes sense.
It makes sense. But like I said, yeah, like you were saying, like everybody else said, yeah, he was probably the only Usos allowed to leave the damn country. So whatever. But it was a good way to bring him in. I mean, it was really good to bring him in.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good way to bring
him in. I didn't think he'd be a good wrestler until I saw him last night, and I was impressed.
Yeah.
Him coming up from NXT, he's definitely got the bloodline blood running through his little veins.
It's definitely Rikishi's son. He's got some moves.
Yeah, he's big boy.
Yeah,
holy shit.
Boy. Not tall, but he's big. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking husky.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't fuck with him.
Yeah, with him going skipping ahead with him was you brought him in the bloodline, but you couldn't bring Roman Reigns in. Like Roman Reigns couldn't be there, be brought in the bloodline. You had Sami Zayn back there being an idiot. I'm tired of Sami Zayn Uso shit. And Roman, you brought a new member of an alliance into the fold, and the leader of the alliance was not there. That's why I hate this part-time bullshit. I can't. Stand it. Anyway, I just can't stand it. It's fucking annoying.
Why is he even part-time? Jeez. Hollywood calling?
Yeah, the guy works at that. He thinks he's only be around a little bit longer. He says the same thing. I think he's gonna have the titles until WrestleMania. He's gonna lose to The Rock. And after The Rock,
why The Rock? He can have a good showing without the titles.
That's what the rumor is. I read somewhere or a video says something like they're trying to work out The Rock and him, but they don't want it to be about the titles, which it makes sense to me because Rock's going to come in and take the titles from him. Like, hello, like no, Rock's like 53 years old. He'll be almost 53 by the time, like 52 or something like that. What are you fucking nuts? But
right,
yeah, it's just I don't know. I thought that would have been the best thing, for WWE to have Drew win because you're overseas. It's the first time you've been there for 30 some odd years, 30 years almost. People were going crazy for that thing.
The crowd was very hot in the beginning.
Oh yeah, the crowd was
hot. First match, they were like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
And then after that terrible musical number, I wanted to overdose on Klonopin.
Right? Yeah, I don't understand that shit.
Yeah.
Apparently it said because Tyson Fury likes to sing after his matches, so that's why he's singing. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching here? And the funny part was like they stayed with it for a good 5-6 minutes before it went off the air. And I'm just like, so you
what is the point?
You can't give Drew the belt, but you're giving him this shit. Like I would have said, fuck you. It's like
I know, I would have taken the mic and been like, mic drop.
Like what the fuck? Like but your boy
I was waiting
Austin,
for them to break out in Sweet Caroline.
Your boy Austin made an appearance again. Nice to see him making his little 30-second appearance again on pay-per-views. That was
funny.
That was
and I'm so glad he has his first name back.
yeah. I saw Kevin Owens. He said something like,
Riddle has his first name back too.
Yeah, you found your name. Matt Riddle has his name back also. And when Butch came out, SmackDown this SmackDown just passed, I thought he was back to Pete Dunne, but they were calling him Butch. They were still calling him.
Yeah, Butch. He still has his hair long, and he looks like a friggin'
hair again. He
looks like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, he had his black one tight on, so I was like, okay. Yeah, but they still called him Butch, so I was like, okay.
Butch, yeah.
They're starting somewhere.
Can I give the what am I gonna call it?
Why you asking?
The performance of the night at Clash at the Castle. I have to say, goes to Madcap Moss.
Where was he at Clash at the Castle?
He was in the first match.
What first match? On the pre-show?
Or was it the pre-show?
Yeah, I thought the first match was the girls.
Oh yeah, you're right. It must have been the pre-show.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it.
The crowd was really hot for it.
Who Madcap fight?
It was a 6-man tag.
Oh, you did say something about Madcap. Yeah, because I was, where was I? Was I at work? Oh, no, I went, where the fuck was I? Oh, no, I had things.
Was it him and the Street Profits, was it?
I have no idea.
See, it was a forgettable match, but he was excellent. Like,
Madcap
really
is my new favorite wrestler because they went around on a TikTok video asking all the all the wrestlers who their favorite football team is, and Madcap said Philadelphia Eagles.
I saw that, and he says the Eagles, right?
Yeah, he said Philadelphia Eagles fly, which is what. And then I think Ricochet also said Eagles too. So
Yep.
that's cool. And then Monte Ford was like a Chicago fan, Wow.
And then who was a Bears fan? Was it Angelo Dawkins?
No, Angelo.
Or was it Montez Ford?
Montez Ford was the Bear fan. I can't remember. Yeah, he was the Bears.
Hello,
fan.
Patriots.
Fuck Patriots. I don't win shit anymore. All right.
Hello, Dallas Cowboys. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I noticed on SmackDown I thought was kind of funny is that all of a sudden Sheamus is a babyface now. You see that shit?
I did. I was really surprised that he's a babyface now.
They were cheering him pretty hard against Gunther. They were going nuts. So I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Which is fine. I mean, he's all right.
I wish they would change Gunther's name back to Walter.
Yeah, he was Walter. Yeah, I think
Walter.
I think Gunther is more of a stage
German name.
Yeah, it's also more of a stage name because you remember something. WCW's big thing was real names, and I think WWE gets away from the real names thing because you remember something. They don't like real names because they want these fancy names because they marketing. Yeah, marketing. Yeah. They market those names. So yeah, and the funny thing,
AEW, everybody's by their real names except for maybe Thunder Rosa.
Warlow. I doubt his real name is Warlow.
And Warlow. And Luchasaurus. His real name is Austin.
Yeah, and MJF's name is a little different than what his stage name is. It's not. It's Max something. Is it Freeman?
Max Jacob or something. I don't fucking know.
His name's Max Jacob. Freeman.
He was on Tough Enough.
Yes, he was. But yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting that Sheamus went to thing. And you know what? I'm really getting tired of the fucking commercials on Raw and SmackDown. They're really messing up the groove of the matches. They really are. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. I'm tired of watching.
Yeah.
The first match on SmackDown has like 2 commercial breaks. It's the first match on SmackDown this past week was a 6-man tag with Gunther and his guys and against Sheamus and his boys. And it went through 2 commercials. It lasted almost like 26 minutes. Now, this is the funny part. Oh, my gosh. This is what makes me mad. I thought about it. One of the things I think I don't know if we talked about this before on the show, but Raw was interesting back in the days because you didn't have a 25-minute match every fucking week. You had these 10-minute matches that were just interesting real quick. Always had a weird ending or DQ or something. And then the big matches, the 20-minute matches, were at the pay-per-views. Yeah. Every week is like a pay-per-view match. Every week is a fucking 20, 30-minute match. And it's just like, you have all these other talents that can be on there. You have the women's match. I'm looking at the women's match, and you have Xia Li, who I totally forgot about, and Lacey Evans. Me too. Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans was on last night?
Lacey Evans was on SmackDown. She was part of the 5-woman elimination match.
Oh, see, I missed that match.
And she was wearing something nice, and she was looking kind of hot, but, she's still a heel. Apparently.
Was she getting booed?
Well, at first when she came out, she didn't. She went over to this boy, and went like this to slap his hand, and then went to slap her butt. And they're like, oh, I guess she's still... And it was, I think Corey said something like, oh, she still has an attitude. In other words, she's still a heel. People go, oh, she still has an attitude. In other words, she still has a heel. And he went into the whole thing like, oh, she doesn't appreciate the universe, doesn't appreciate her, blah, blah, blah. Like, because you fucking 360 or 180 or so fucking quick. It wasn't even funny. Everybody's pissed.
Several times, too. And not only that,
yeah,
she can't really wrestle.
No, she's not. She's okay.
She's a botch queen.
Yeah, no. Botch queen. They were showing botches of fucking Nia Jax the other day.
Oh yeah, she's a botch fucking. She's a botch god.
I've heard about him. There was a wrestling video of the 10 people that Triple H should not bring back, and she was number 1. And they showed her dropping somebody on her head, throwing somebody in the corner. Their head hit the freaking bottom. I was like, whoa, fuck that.
She cut Kairi Zane's head right open on the buckle bomb.
Yeah, that's the one I saw. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, they showed that.
Poor Kairi. They had to stop the cameras and everything and tend to her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nia Jax was poor, and she's the one who broke Becky's face.
Yeah, they said her botches start with that. With her punching her with a closed fist and punching her. I remember watching it. I was crazy. I was like,
oh, I did too. I was like, wow,
I
Becky's
had it
badass.
on. I wasn't really watching it, but I had it on, and then I looked up and I see Becky on top of the steps with her nose and going like this, pointing herself, and blood coming out. I was like, what the fuck did I just miss?
Like a Nia Jax punching her with a potato.
Yeah, fucking unbelievable. But yeah, they had a 5-woman elimination match to see who was fighting whatchamacallit.
And Ronda probably pinned everybody.
And it was Lacey Evans, Sonya Deville, Ronda Rousey, Xia Li, and Natalya. If you didn't know who the fuck won out of those 5, then you have not been watching wrestling for the last 10 years. Right. I fast forwarded. I knew Ronda was going to win.
She pinned every single one of them, didn't she?
She had them all submit except for somebody. I think Sonya Deville submitted somebody. I forget. And yeah, it was all submission match. It's ridiculous. And yeah, you had Liv up in the club box seats in like her own little box watching the match.
Wow.
I guess we're not putting them next to the rings no more. I mean, why is she on the club box seat now? She's up there and she's got a drink on her hand and she's got the belt and she's waving the belt in the air and she's drinking. And I thought that was kind of cool, but usually they're at the commentary table watching it.
Ringside.
Yeah. I guess Trips is changing that thing. Okay, all right, cool. And I've got a violation for the WWE. I got a violation. Something pissed me off. I know it's people go like. I know there are some people who listen to us in England. There are a lot of people who have downloaded our episodes in England. And for those of you who are listening to us, again, rest in peace to the Queen. Sorry for the Queen. But like the WWE actually had a moment where Michael Cole said, "Sorry for the Queen, sorry for your loss," and Graves like, "Oh, we send our condolences to the Queen's family," and obviously that's fine. But how come every other people? It was like at least 30 seconds or so. But everybody else who's been in the wrestling business for like 30, 40, 50 years dies, they got like a 3-second notification before the episode. It's like, they don't do the friggin'
just a banner in the front.
Yeah, just in the very beginning.
God rest Butcher.
Doesn't matter who it is. Even Pat Patterson, who was the biggest influence in a lot of matches in the last 25 years, a lot of your favorite championship matches. He was the king of finishers. He knew how to finish a match. He knew how the match to end. A lot of the guys went to him for advice. And when he died, it was literally like a 10-second, not even 8-second little rest in peace. His years was born, and that was it. Nothing else said about it. Meanwhile, they actually mentioned the Queen. I just thought that was kind of weird.
It is a little strange.
It is a little strange. It very is weird. So I don't know. So that was So that's pretty much what happened on WWE. And WWE went into saying, "Yeah, we had a great show Saturday. All right, that's great." And then all of a sudden, Sunday night happened. Everybody forgot about the fucking Clash of the Castle.
Yep.
CM Punk went fucking nuts. I told you about it. I was like, "Hey, did you see this?" What my favorite part of the whole thing was they were calling it a press conference scrum.
Now, enlighten me what scrum means.
I don't know. That's what I understand. What scrum to me means like a fight or a melee or something. Why are you calling it a scrum? It's a fucking press conference. Like, what the fuck? A lot has happened. Like as some guy says in his podcast, a lot to unpack here. But there was a lot of going on. He pretty much told people. Pretty much was telling the reporters that reported the bashed about him and Colt Cabana. He pretty much was telling them to go fuck yourself. Yeah. He was saying that he hasn't been friends with Colt Cabana for years. I don't know if you watched. I'll for those who don't know, I'll put a summary down real fast. I was gonna write notes of it, but it's just I watched it several times, so I should be able to do a summary, but. They had a press conference after the All Out. Now, All Out was apparently almost like 5 hours long, even longer. Yeah, the pre-show apparently it was ridiculous. A lot of the matches on the show, I'm not even getting to the show because, like I said, we do talk about AEW a little bit, but a lot of people are upset because a lot of people who fought in those shows should not have fought each other. They should have fought other people. People were pissed about. A lot of people are upset because the Young Bucks should be fighting FTR, which is the rivals. They're not doing that. They had some stupid 6-man tag where Young Bucks and Kenny Omega won a 6-man tag tournament championship belts, the trio belts. Who the fuck cares about trio belts? I mean, seriously. Like, I'm so sick of seeing 6-man tags. But anyway, back to the press conference. CM Punk pretty much was upset because people were saying about how Colt Cabana and all that. The rumor is that Colt Cabana was taken off AEW because of CM Punk. He was taken off AEW and was put in Ring of Honor because Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor. So he's kind of taken off and put in Ring of Honor. CM Punk's pretty much saying, I didn't do that. It had nothing to do with me. That was the EVPs. EVP is the Executive Vice Presidents. EVPs are Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. They're EVPs. Before them, also Cody Rhodes was an EVP, one of the original ones. So right there, he that's how bad he left. He actually started this company as an EVP, and then he left, went back to WWE. That kind of shows you right there some problems over there. Anyway.
Yeah.
He rips into people saying, apparently Colt Cabana, I say his name, I think his name's Scott Colton, I think his name, or Colton or something like that. He was saying that he owed him money. He was trying to sue him, and then he tried to go after him, but he found out that he was actually sharing a bank account with his mother. So that's why they kind of stopped it. They was going on and on about how he was like not his friend. He hasn't been friends since 2014. He doesn't care about this guy anymore. I don't care where he works, where he sleeps, all this stuff. And then he's ripping the EVPs. He kept saying he didn't say those guys, but he said EVPs. You're ruining your top baby face in a company, and like you're stepping on your own dicks. And then he's like, he starts talking about Hangman. Hangman apparently went in business for himself and ripped him a couple weeks before he took the belt from him. And he was like, I don't understand why Hangman goes in business for himself. What have I ever done to do that? And he goes, Dave, what have I ever done to deserve that? And he meant Dave Meltzer. And Dave's just like, I don't know, you tell me. That, like someone else said, snappy comeback. And then he kept going on, and then it was just funny how and the funny part about it is Tony Khan is sitting right next to him. This is the funny part of the whole situation. And I don't think Tony Khan was expecting him to say all this shit. And, it's just got really ugly. He was just talking about the guys, and he was complaining about they were talking about MJF coming back, and he said MJF is a great talent, but the thing is the grass is not greener on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
He said the grass is greener where you water it, and unfortunately MJF likes to shit on it instead of watering it, and that's on him. And I thought that was a good line because it makes kind of sense. The problem I have with all this is, and like you said, I don't think CM Punk is the best in the world. I don't think he's the best. I don't like the best in the world monocle. Ever since Shane McMahon was walking around with that fucking monocle for a while, or this title for a while, the best in the world bullshit. No one's the best in the world. Shut the fuck up. Stop with the best in the world bullshit. But it seems as though CM Punk has a history of problems in the backstage. He ain't got along with people at WWE. Even though they were kind of pushing him down in WWE, I understand that he should have been more pushed in WWE. But he wasn't, which, it is what it is. AEW has him. He's like top star at AEW, and then you have people like Kenny Omega and them trying to put him down, and it's just dumb shit. Now, not only did that happen, there was another thing about the press conference I thought was hysterical. I don't know if you know, because apparently Keith Lee and Swerve are their tag team champions. People are upset that they are the tag team champions. It should be the Young Bucks and FTR fighting for the titles, not them.
Right.
Apparently, it was a great match between them two and the Acclaim, I like the Acclaim. Acclaim are pretty fun. They do raps and they're pretty cool. The people are going nuts for them at the pay-per-view. So, but they didn't win. Keith Lee and Strickland. So at the press conference, one of the reporters asked Tony Khan, because kayfabe's been dead for a long fucking time. He asks him, Tony, after you see how over Acclaim was, were you thinking about doing an audible during the match and having them winning the match? And Tony Khan's like, well, I'm not talking about that. We'll talk about the actual match. Talk to the guys. Talk about their match, and we'll talk about the match afterwards. I'll talk after. But talk to the guys. And then you go to the next reporter. The reporter goes, Okay, follow-up question. Guys, you think they should have changed the match? How over they were? I was like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? What? Like, these motherfuckers don't care. They're like, fuck kayfabe. They're like, dude, like, and Keith Lee went on to this bullshit about how I don't pay attention to multimedia. I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, I don't care what people are saying. Blah 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 blah. I just thought, like, who the fuck asked that at a wrestling press conference? Like, come on,
Right.
And then later on, you have Tony Khan had a very good line, and I liked it, and it shows that he said that somebody asked him about WWE, and he was very negative about WWE. He goes, "I'm one of those kind of guys. If I see something good on another program, I'm going to acknowledge it," and I did acknowledge it. But the thing is, they don't reciprocate towards me. They don't relate towards me. The thing I don't like is that we were the first wrestling company, the only wrestling company who would run shows on Labor Day weekend. Now, apparently, we were the third show that ran on Labor Day weekend because WWE had Clash of the Castle and NXT had Worlds Collide on Sunday.
Yep.
And then they had them. He goes, "It's kind of funny how you follow me." And I'm just like, dude, you obviously don't know anything about the wrestling wars, huh? Why don't you check out the territory days? And somebody else was talking about this, and I was thinking the same thing, but somebody else was talking about it on their podcast. That's something I thought of. Like, I guess you remember the Attitude War when like Triple H went to Nitro. Hello,
on the tank.
Yeah, with the tank. Yeah, with the X. This ain't the first time it's happened, pal. It ain't gonna be the last time, especially with Trips in charge. It ain't gonna be the last fucking time. If I were you, I'd go nowhere near where WWE's at. Don't be on the same fucking city. Trust me.
Trips will be out there with the tank again. Charge!
Yeah, like, and he brought back Road Dogg. Road Dogg's back. He brought Road Dogg back. Yeah, he brought Road Dogg back. I think Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is
he has a
like
VP
vice president.
Vice president. I don't talent
relations.
I don't think it's talent relations. I think it's talent development. They brought somebody in talent relation to take over John Laurinaitis. I didn't recognize the name, so I didn't care about it.
Thank God they got rid of Laurinaitis.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah. I never liked John. I never liked John Laurinaitis. I never liked him. I
didn't either.
I thought he was bullshit.
He was a pig.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean he's stupid. Like he's just. Yeah. But again, I'm not really surprised with all the bullshit. But yeah. Didn't really watch too much of Raw after Clash of Champions. Don't really know if anything really not champions. Fucking Clash of the Castle. Go fuck yourself.
I do the same thing with Clash of the Castle, Clash of the Champions.
The Clash of the Champions is a good pay per view. It's a good name, so I always think about that. By the way,
I was surprised. You know who I was surprised it didn't show up?
Who?
Your favorite women wrestler, Ashley. Charlotte.
Yeah, when the fuck's she coming back? Like, she because what's his name? She's back on AEW. It was actually part of the final
Andrade.
Match. Yeah, Andrade, and then he was on. I think he was on All Out. I'm not sure if it was All Out or maybe Dynamite, but he's back. So why is she back? I mean, the only thing I can think of, maybe she's gonna make an appearance. Man, that's how Liv's gonna have the title. Maybe she's gonna interfere the title match.
Ooh,
Extreme Rules. So that means I'm going to be in the same building as Charlotte. Hope she'll listen to the podcast. She'll fucking hump my fat ass down and kill me. I still never finished watching that friggin' Broken Skull session. I'll tell you that.
Is she on it?
Yeah, she's on it, but I only watched the first 30 minutes of it, and I don't know, something about her. I don't know, something about her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think she's very. I feel like she's very like, fake.
Fake.
I could be wrong. I don't know. It's maybe how I take it. I don't know.
Well, she has a flair.
So yeah, that was pretty much the last 6 days, and that's not even the end of it. That's right. That's not even the end of it. Now apparently, after all this bullshit, and then Jericho also came out too during the press conference and said some dumb stuff and paraphrasing how he was the locker room leader and he's telling everybody to stop the BS and don't go in business for yourself. We have a good thing here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up, Jericho. Anyway, another thing that came out.
It's not over. It gets better.
Yeah. The other thing is, in the pre-show for All Out, Ruby Soho, which is Ruby Riott, she got hurt. Yeah, again?
Oh, no.
Yeah. She got hurt. So again, Ruby Soho hurt. I think she was hurt when she first went over there. I think something was wrong with her. Now she's hurt again. Bryan Danielson's finally coming back, so I guess he's back from injury. CM Punk came back from injury, fought Johnny Moxley, and now thing is, he's hurt again. CM Punk. So my question is, what is it? These guys who've been working at WWE and working 5 days a week, now they're going over here, not used to it, or they're just worn down, or these new guys are coming in, don't know how to work properly. Why is everybody fucking hurt? That's my question. It's ridiculous.
Well, you heard about the locker room incident, right?
I was getting to that next. So yeah, I was getting to that next.
Okay, all right. Sorry,
that was the next thing. But yeah, and now that he's hurt, there are talk about him not coming back to WWE, not WWE, to AEW because you jumped ahead. Because apparently after this scrum, there was a scrum. There was a melee. There was a big schmoz, as Bret Hart would say. There was schmoz. Oh yeah, you listen to the same show I do. Schmoz, a fisticuffs, a rumble of you will. Apparently, after CM Punk walked off, actually, CM Punk got extra points because he walked off the press conference dissing the Pittsburgh Penguins, which is why I love him. He said, fuck Crosby, fuck Malkin, he said, fuck Ron Francis. So, yeah. But as he's walking off, apparently, the EVPs meet him in his locker room. And apparently stuff was said, and apparently the reports are now, I don't know, since I've seen him last, or have heard, that CM Punk punched one of the Young Bucks twice.
Yeah.
And that's
what I heard too.
There's no reports of them punching him. He threw the first punch. So he's going to be hurt, but there's a good chance he's not coming back. And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing, only because I don't like Kenny Omega. I think he's overrated. I don't like the Young Bucks. I think they're overrated. They're they're just a bunch of spot fest guys. They're not really wrestlers. They just want to do their jumping around and stuff, which gets a little boring. That's like Johnny Moxley. All he wants to do is draw blood every match he's in. Ridiculous. But that's the other best part of the press conference was CM Punk was at the press conference, still blood coming down his face, and didn't even take a shower yet. And he's eating muffins and drinking seltzer water and shit, and it was a stare. You gotta look up. It's on YouTube. It's funny to see. It's funny.
I will.
It's funny to see. But there was more to it. There was a lot, and apparently the scrum happened during Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland's. You see you see a couple of the security guards run out of the room, and it's just like okay. But yeah, it's interesting because I feel bad for WWE because they're like, oh man, we got 2 shows. Nothing's gonna top these 2 shows. Yeah, guess what? The fucking press conference stopped.
It's not even a show.
It's not even a show. It's a press conference. But yeah, I just thought it was weird. They said 5.5 hours was the show. Apparently,
that's a long show. I heard there was 16 matches.
So, yeah, something like that. It was pre-show. It was the pre-show was at 6 or something like that, and the show didn't start till 7. And the last match wasn't over till 10 of 12. That's fucking insane. That's like WrestleMania. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm glad they split up WrestleMania into 2 nights, to be honest with you.
Well, the thing is, normal WrestleMania was 12 matches, 10 matches. Now they split it up. It's now 18 matches, and you got the problem with that is, which we said about last WrestleMania. There was a lot of matches that didn't need to be on that WrestleMania. There was at least I think we talked about in our if you go back on our previous show, I think we talked at least three or four of those matches we did not need to see. We didn't need them on. I can't remember which shows they were, but yeah, I mean, I think we both agreed that it was at least 3 matches that did not have to be, maybe 4. And that would have cut you down, But anyway, so what's next for the wrestling for WWE? I don't know. I'm thinking probably Gunther and Sheamus are probably going to meet at Extreme Rules. That's definitely going to be there. Extreme Rules match, definitely.
Is that the next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules?
Yeah, next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules, 5 weeks away. Well, now probably 4 weeks away.
You must be so excited.
Yeah, I got to remember to take off. I got to tell her I need off the 8th. I got to tell my boss. I remember I need off the 8th. So I can go. But yeah, it's it's gonna be interesting because right now you have that's probably one match. You're probably gonna have Liv Morgan now versus Ronda Rousey, which
we know who's gonna win that.
Yeah, unless Charlotte comes back and interferes and Liv and screws over Ronda, let them have a little twerk for a little bit before they go after the belt again. That'd be kind of interesting. We'll see.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't know. I mean, because like, look at you. It's. I mean, like, did they really give Liv the belt only because Ronda wants some time off? That's just fucked up. I mean, she had the belt since Money in the Bank, so she had the belt since July. So now like September, almost October. So that's like 3 months, 4 months, 3 months. So yeah, I mean, then you have Roman Reigns. Who's Roman Reigns fighting now? I mean,
there's nobody left. You know who I'd love to see him wrestle?
Who?
Bobby Lashley.
I'd like to see that again. Yeah, I'd like to see him. I don't think they ever wrestled. Have they wrestled?
Two big boys slapping meat.
Yeah. Oh, that's who wasn't on. Was he on Raw last week?
I don't think they've ever wrestled.
Oh, maybe it wasn't on last week. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't last week the stupid cage match for the U.S. title with Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
Dexter Lumis showed up again. Like, what the fuck is this Dexter Lumis?
What are they trying to do with that?
I have no idea, man. I don't know. I think it's at first I thought it was funny, but I'm like, to me, I don't know what Dexter Lumis is, so that's why I'm not into it. So I don't know Dexter Lumis. If it was somebody I knew, maybe I'd be a little more into it. But I wasn't really familiar with Dexter Lumis.
I know who Dexter Lumis is.
The only reason
I used to watch
the name
NXT.
is because of the WWE. He was on the game at one point, I think he was. So that's why I knew him. I was like, Dexter. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen with that. And the other thing that I was like thinking about, I was talking about was like, should we really still have the NXT? Because everybody's coming up.
Yeah. The only person who hasn't yet is Mandy Rose.
Yeah, I mean, can we just and they just unify the title. They got rid of the UK NXT titles. They just unified them.
Yeah.
I think they unified both of them because I think they're getting rid of it for a while. And they're going to bring it back later on. But like, I mean, I just, why don't you just change? You have so many wrestlers now, and you bring so many wrestlers back. Get rid of NXT. Make NXT like a regular programming. Give it a name, and just have all three brands work on all three shows. And
that'd be awesome.
Different spots and different. I mean, that'd be better because, like, first of all, you see people moving around the shows now. I mean, it's pretty much over with. You had Alpha Academy on SmackDown to get their asses beat by Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman coming back with that surprise. But then what do you do with Braun Strowman? I mean, like, what are you really gonna do with him? I mean, it's not really much to do with him. I mean, honestly.
No.
I think
they made the right decision when they got rid of Braun Strowman. To be honest with you, well, he's not very good on the mic.
I think the only reason why from what I read, the only reason I got rid of Braun Strowman was because his contract was insane. Apparently he was making several $1 million a year.
Really?
Yeah, from what I understand, they were saying he was making some money. That's I saw. He was wrestling Lamia. One of those guys. They came out and said the reason why they let him go is because he had a big contract. He was getting paid a lot of money, which I don't understand why. Because I mean, he's not
a top guy.
He can be a top guy.
He's a mid-carder.
The problem is, and I think several people have talked about this, and I think it's right. You don't want to see him every week.
Right.
I think he's one of the people that you want to see once in a while. Not seeing him for a week, and also next week, out of nowhere in the middle of the match. I mean, it was funny when they brought him back because, you got to show him that he's still the monster.
And then he fell while he was doing his little.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. I see that. Because all of a sudden I see him going around and they backed up and then I couldn't see him anymore. I'm like, did that fucker fall? That's just why, like, oh, Jesus Christ, Braun. You don't make me look like an idiot.
It's a good thing the cameras cut away when he fucking took his little spill.
Yeah. Ridiculous. But yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. It was interesting to see how it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with him now. I was shocked when I let him go, and I like Braun. I do like Braun Strowman. I like him a lot. I thought he had a good look. I thought he had an interesting demeanor as a big guy. He didn't just walk in like Omos. Well, yeah, where's Omos at?
I was going to ask you the same question. I hope they got rid of him.
I hope they got. I wanted to get rid of Omos and brought Braun in and take over Omos' spot.
That'd be good. Because they only have like one or two giants. It's just like the women. You have you have certain small wrestlers, you have the average wrestlers, and then you have one plus size wrestler.
Yeah.
Well, is Doudrop. Doudrop.
Raquel's on the big side, and then you have people like Aaliyah.
Yeah, but she's tall.
Yeah, but she's still. I mean, she's still big. You got Alexa Bliss, and you got Alexa Bliss, and you got Aaliyah, who like are the size of my goddamn leg. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Like,
Aaliyah's really cute, though.
Aaliyah is very cute. But I tell you right now, I'll kill Casey to fucking get with Maxine. I'll tell you right now, I'll throw that bitch in the river.
Casey, you're out.
Yeah, you're out. I mean, seriously, like I noticed her before, and then when she was out the other day with the 8-man tag, that was fucking ridiculous. But whatever.
Just like a 10-man tag.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you know what else I got mad? We talked about this before on the show. I'm getting more mad when I see this shit. Proper English, guys. Proper grammar. They did the maximum male guys, right? And they put the MMM on the screen. Just how they did with Eminem. They had, remember how you said MNN was the letters?
Oh my God, that's a copyright.
They're doing the fucking same shit.
That's a copyright infringement waiting to happen.
Fuck? Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway. But yeah, she's pretty. Scarlett's pretty. But
Scarlett's gorgeous.
Scarlett's very pretty. She's hot. She reminds you of Sable a little bit, but she reminds me of a girl. If you don't do it right the first time, she's gonna cut your dick off. I swear to God.
JC said that she is a star.
Yeah, she is. She's. I like her.
She's not a wrestler though, is she? She doesn't wrestle. She's just a valet.
Keep her as a valet. Keep them as valet. There's nothing wrong with having valet. If you got enough women, don't need more. Don't need more. That's why on that list I was talking about top 10 wrestlers don't bring back. They were saying don't bring back Lana. Because Lana, even though Lana's doing like other stuff, I think she's doing it fine.
Yeah, she's doing like modeling and shit. Yeah, OnlyFans.
Apparently she's doing real estate also.
Doing what?
Real estate, selling houses.
Oh, good for her.
That's what the report I saw said. But I'm not sure it's back. She's back to being blonde though. I like to wear the dark hair, man. I don't like blondes.
I've never seen her with dark hair.
Oh yeah, she's hot with dark hair. She's so different, and she's different too. You gotta really look at it and realize it's her. She's got darker hair now. It's like it's not blonde anymore. But yeah, I think the problem with wrestling nowadays is like I think it's for both companies. I really do think it's for both companies. For all you AEW people, yeah. I think both companies has way too many wrestlers and not enough time for them.
Yeah,
there is I mean, really. You had to split brand to showcase most of your wrestlers. This is the first time we've seen Lacey Evans in like a month. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. I like Lacey Evans. I think she's hot. I like Lacey Evans. I don't think she's great as a wrestler, but then a lot of female wrestlers are not good wrestlers.
I think Bianca's a good wrestler. I think Becky's a good wrestler.
Bianca's okay.
Sasha Banks.
Bianca's okay. Sasha Banks is good. Bayley's good. Charlotte Flair is also good, but she's repetitive. She does the same show over and over again.
Yeah. Becky Lynch what she's gonna do.
Yeah. Becky Lynch is good. Raquel Rodriguez has potential.
Yeah, agreed.
Alexa Bliss, I think with the crew that we have now, is gonna just fall off. I don't think she's gonna go anywhere. I don't see her.
I like her new theme song.
I love her new theme song.
Shut up! Fight me!
Yeah, I love everything about her, but I just think now the way the women's division is looking like, I don't think she's going
too far. Yeah.
Oh, and I would say bravo and Swerve and letting the young girls win the tag team titles. That was a good job by Trips. I like that.
Yes, good job, Trips.
I don't know if we brought it last time.
Aaliyah and Raquel.
Yeah, I think we had I think we talked about last time. We were hoping they were winning. Good job, Trips. Wow, what a surprise. NXT's winning a title with Trips in charge. Woo, what a surprise. Wow.
I know. I thought for sure that Damage Control was going to win that.
I wrote it too. And I was
and Aaliyah, out of all people, because I heard the rumor was she got sent back to the Performance Center because her performances weren't that great.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Because she was supposed to be in some like 6-man tag. I think. Oh wait, was she supposed to be in like Elimination Chamber or something like that?
No, it was Survivor Series.
The Survivor Series match. Yes, and they pulled her off. Yeah, last minute.
They pulled Sonya Deville.
Yeah, they
pulled her off. I was
that's
pissed. I was like, son of a bitch.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this. We talked about this last show, but now we're getting closer and closer to Survivor Series. I just don't hope they don't have the champions versus champions and stuff like that. I just hope they have regular matches, bring back the regular Survivor Series, because it's really a waste of a pay-per-view to have like that. It really
is. If I wanted to watch champions versus champions, I'd watch Clash of the Champions.
Yes. Or what? You don't mean Clash of the Castle when there was no fucking castle?
Just a digitally painted one in the air.
A huge fucking digital castle with a big ass screen with a fucking dragon on every 5 seconds. I'm like, is this Games of Thrones? What the fuck am I watching here? Like,
did you notice there were no pyrotechnic? It's pyro.
There was one person that had it.
Was it Drew with the fire?
No. Yeah, was it Drew?
Because they didn't do any fireworks.
Because did you see how close they were to that fucking ring coming down? That little drawbridge they had? Those people were right there.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. If you watch it again, and I'm probably gonna watch the Gunther and Sheamus match. I should have watched before we did this, but I didn't get a chance to. But yeah, that it was like a drawbridge kind of looking thing. That when they came out, that's where they were walking the drawbridge, and they were pretty fucking close. There wasn't much of space there for anything. Like,
wow.
It was kind of weird where they had the entrance like coming right out of the crowd.
Yeah, it was almost like a WrestleMania entrance where they got to like fucking walk a mile to get to the ring. It
was still like, it was still like 2 blocks away, but still it was like it's like it came from the side instead of the end, which is what they did. Which they were doing back in days for Madison Square Garden. The Royal Rumble, they had the entrance on the side, not at the end like they do nowadays, which is good. I like it. It was nice, but yeah, how you didn't know castle? I don't know. I guess there's a famous castle in Cardiff. I'm not too sure. If anybody knows, like, send me a message. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why it's called Clash of the Castle and there was no castle. That's kind of ridiculous. Someone else in their podcast was pissed about that too, and I was like, yeah, where's the fucking castle? I thought the same thing. But yeah, did you notice Bret Hart was actually in the front row at the Clash of the
Yes.
That was weird.
Shocked.
That was weird. Yeah, I thought that was interesting to see him there. I mean, does he live in England now? I mean, we don't know why he's there? Like,
maybe because of the whole British Bulldog Bret Hart thing way back in the 80s.
Oh, yes. No,
Wembley Stadium.
Wasn't it? Wait. Oh, yeah, the SummerSlam. No, wasn't it Bret and...
It was Bret and British Bulldog. Yeah.
It was Bret and Bulldog, and then they fought. Then it was another one where it was Bulldog and Shawn.
Piper. No, was it Shawn?
Yeah, because they had Bulldog's wife involved with Shawn in the one skit. Her name was
really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was she didn't like the idea of apparently they were making it like that she had the hots for
sleeping
Shawn.
with Shawn. Yeah.
I don't think sleeping with him, but had the hots for him and liked him a lot. And that was the thing. And I'm pretty sure from listening to things they didn't like that storyline. And she's a Hart. She was, Bret's sister. That's how they related. So, but yeah, I mean, that's probably why he was there. Because it's interesting. But I want to say shout out to Tyson Fury for doing us all the favor and knocking out fucking Austin Theory because I did not want him. Shout out.
Hey, Austin Theory's my man.
So yeah.
A-Town down.
He's fucking 12. Calm the fuck down. Jesus Christ. He's my man. He's like 12. How long did it take him?
He's really young.
How long did it take him to fucking get that mustache? Jesus Christ.
He does look a little prepubescent.
But then it's funny.
But he's 24.
You look at him, and then you see Johnny Gargano standing next to him, just like, no. No. Don't even do it. This ain't gonna look right. Don't even do it. I mean, I don't want them fighting each other. Leave them alone. Don't.
And what happens? Johnny Gargano fucking super kicks him right in the face.
Yeah, I like the way he first came out, but yeah, apparently they're gonna keep going with that shit. It was just like whatever.
I'll be honest, I'm not a big Johnny Gargano fan.
No, I'm not either. I heard about him and I was like all excited to see him. I didn't watch NXT or see him wrestle, but I know everybody was a fan of him. But then when I saw him stand next to Theory, I'm just like, yo, like, you got some high heels on for this fucking guy? Like, what the fuck? Like, he barely came up with his fucking chin. I'm like, holy shit, you brought this guy back?
Yeah, he's tiny.
It's not like the days of Vince days. You had to be like 6'3", muscle bound, all that shit. No, everybody's like fucking Rey Mysterio now coming back. Jesus
Yep.
Christ, man! Like I was like, what the fuck? I was actually thinking, is he as tall as Ray? Like, is Ray taller than him?
Ray's is the second rope to bounce.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ, man. I was like, what the hell?
Ray's good. I love Rey Mysterio, but I wish he would turn heel. Wear like a black mask.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. No, he'll never be heel. He'll never turn.
Oh,
heel.
just like John Cena. John Cena will never be
He's John
heel.
Cena. He'll never turn heel. He'll never turn heel. I mean, he's like you. I think you were telling me he's not happy with Dom turning heel, and I wouldn't be happy either. Why would?
No, he's
Dom
not.
turn heel? And like he don't look.
I think he needed it. I really think Dom needed to turn heel.
He needs to go back. He needs to go down to NXT. Yeah, like you said last time, that was one of the things you mistake. You're right. You told me on the show he wasn't in NXT. He needs to go to NXT.
Yeah, he does.
Go to NXT. I mean, he's not ready for it. He is so not ready for it.
He's so green.
Yeah, he's so green. It's ridiculous. Like, man, you better put a She-Hulk outfit on because that's how green his fucker is. Like, seriously.
He's starting to look more and more like Eddie every day, though. If you notice, with his long hair.
I think they're doing that on purpose. I think they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I think they are too.
I think they're doing it on purpose. I think that's going to start coming out again. I mean,
next thing you know, Dom's going to be coming out with a bouncing car.
we keep telling it, and we keep saying we've all been saying for the last 3 shows. All I do is recycling shit. So yeah, I can see it
exactly.
Again. Another fucking thing recycled.
I was thinking, like I told you, I was thinking about all the recycled storylines and like the Paige one where she brought the 2 like NXTers up.
Yeah,
same fucking thing with Bailey.
Because was that before or after she was the commissioner? That was before.
Before. That's when she was wrestling.
Yeah. Yes, I remember her coming back. Is that when she came? I'm back.
Or yes, that's the one. I'm back, and I didn't come alone.
Yes, I do remember that.
And Alicia, do you know Alicia Fox had, and I am so proud of her for being 3 years sober. She had a really bad alcohol problem, and that's why she had to retire.
Yeah, I do. I remember hearing something. She had a problem. Yeah, it's a shame. A lot of the wrestlers have a lot of problems. I understand.
Nothing more worse than fucking Sunny.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they all have. Even I watched watching the A&E specials, and they're pretty good.
Oh yeah, those are good.
The last one I thought sucked.
Which one was it?
Last one was about WrestleMania 1. I thought it was horrible.
Yeah.
I thought it was absolutely horrible. Because they kept talking about it. They didn't really talk about WrestleMania 1 until like the last 40 minutes of the show. They kept talking about the whole MTV era. I understand why they were talking about it and how they brought it up, but it was like they were talking about that because the reason I can tell you right now why, because I'm not as stupid as I look. I guarantee you they brought that up because you had the rock and roll thing going on about MTV, and then you had the people coming in to talk about it. You had the DJ, the old DJ from MTV, that was doing this stuff with me and Gene. You had Cyndi Lauper doing a couple of things. You had Cyndi Lauper's managers who was part of it, and they were talking because the reason why I thought it was funny was like, how the fuck do you have a special about WrestleMania 1 and not have Vince McMahon on there talking about it?
Right.
You had everybody except Vince talking about it. How? Everybody who's pretty much still alive. God bless the ones who aren't. God bless all those who aren't. But all the ones who were still alive. Mr. T, Hulk Hogan, Stephanie was talking about it. Triple H was talking about it. You had Cyndi Lauper. You had all those people coming, and you talking about WrestleMania 1 and not have Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon, yeah.
So that's right there. I was like, this is gonna suck because if you don't have Vince McMahon here talking about it, it's stupid. The Rey Mysterio one was pretty good. The Edge is pretty good. I like Rey Mysterio one. Did you see the Rey Mysterio one?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, I'm
going to that.
Gotta find them. They're good. I didn't watch the Bella Twin ones because I refused to. But the Rey,
I don't blame you.
Rey and the Edge ones were good. Now the rivalry shows after them are not that good. They're okay.
I heard that they're. Yeah. I want to see the villains ones too.
The Evil on the
Peacock? Evil on Peacock.
They're not bad. They're pretty good. They're okay.
I want to see the Roman Reigns one.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I did see the Roman Reigns one.
Yeah,
I did.
They're okay.
I did see the Roman Reigns
good.
one.
They're not great, but this one part of AEW A&E with Rey Mysterio was they were talking to his wife and he was talking about how he was having his second child, and she said, and she just says something like, "Yeah, Ray was like difficult to work with." I'm paraphrasing, and all of a sudden you hear this from the behind. You hear this from behind the camera. You hear it from behind the camera. You hear, "No, no, no. Be honest. Tell him the truth. Don't lie. Tell him how I was." And she starts laughing, crying, like, and Ray's like, "Tell him the truth. I was a complete dick when you were pregnant with the second baby. Tell him." And then Ray comes along and goes, "Yeah, I was a complete. I was so mean to her. I was so." And yeah, they were saying that he was a complete when he was having a second meltdown with his daughter. They were saying that Ray was just so
Aaliyah, whatever her name is.
Because at the time was when WCW went out of business, so he didn't know what was going on. So he was pissed that she was pregnant because he didn't know what the hell was going on. He didn't know what his future was going to be like.
Right.
He pretty much said he took it out of her, and I thought it was interesting they brought that up. I thought it was interesting because the Edge wasn't got me mad, but the Edge was they didn't bring nothing about Matt Hardy in. They didn't bring it up at all. I thought that was a little
right. Well, kind of understand way.
But then when they do the rivalry with Edge and Cena, all I talked about was how Lita was perfect, how Lita brought it out of him. Lita was the best part of it. John Cena said Lita made this whole thing with Edge work, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because of fucking the thing with Matt Hardy made it so work, because it made them all big heels because of the thing with Matt Hardy.
Exactly. And as you know, art imitates life.
Yes. Which is why I'm not a big fan of Ric Flair anymore.
And why I'm not a big fan of, I mean, I love Edge, but that whole love triangle was like, ugh, between him, Matt Hardy, and Lita.
And the funny part about this was like he was already married before this. Like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think Beth Phoenix is his third wife.
Holy shit.
I think. I could be wrong. I'll look it up for the next show. I'll bring it up if I was wrong. I could be wrong.
I thought he was only married once.
No, he was also married to Val Venus' sister.
No way.
Yeah. Come on, girl. You didn't know this stuff. Come on. Hold on. I'll even look it up because I'm curious. I'm almost positive. Yep. It's his third wife.
Oh my God.
He's married to Beth Phoenix now. Before Beth Phoenix, he was married to Lisa Ortiz. I'm not too sure who that was. That only lasted a year. And before that was Morley. Anya Morley, which is Val Venus' real name. Morley. I think his name is Sean or Scott Morley or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Sean.
Yeah, he was married to Val Venus' sister for it says here about 3 years. Yeah.
Wow. So he didn't have any kids with them though.
I don't think.
I know he has a couple with Beth.
And the funny thing is, Morley looks like Beth Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah. Picture came out.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah. Oh well. It is what it is. But yeah, it's his third wife. So yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I mean, look at fucking Ric Flair. What's he doing? Is his sixth wife?
Six or seven.
And look at Sylvester Stallone. Now apparently he's getting divorced after like 20 years. What the fuck's the point? I think I said to Casey, I'm like, after 10 years, what the fuck point of leaving you now? I should have left you 3 years ago. What the fuck am I going to leave her now? It's almost 12 years now. What the fuck's the point of leaving now? Where am I going to go?
Exactly.
Well, it's 50 years old. I know I'm a fat ass now. What the fuck? No one likes me. The only thing I got for me is like, oh man, you're old. No, I'm pretty old. Oh, you look young. You look very young.
You do look young, though, Chris. You look younger than I do.
That's my mother's genes. That's my mother's genes. Yeah,
you don't have a lot of gray.
Yeah. I have a lot of gray. I have a lot of gray.
It doesn't look it.
No, I have a lot of gray.
I can see it in the goatee, but yeah, I have a lot of gray right here.
Yeah, I have a lot.
I'm like my sister.
Yeah, I'm almost salt and pepper. Almost salt and pepper. Yeah. So next pay-per-view is going to be Extreme Rules. Right now, it's only probably one match only called for so far. That's Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan. I'm pretty sure Gunther and Sheamus are going to fight again. If they don't, I'll be very, very surprised.
And disappointed. That was a good match.
I'm disappointed too. It's probably going to be another. I would assume that's going to be one of the Extreme Rule matches. I assume that's going to be one of them.
Question for you: Did you see Gunther when he was Walter?
No.
He has slimmed down.
Yeah,
so much.
I did notice that from watching highlights of him in NXT. Yes, he has slimmed down a little bit, which is good. And the thing is, other stuff about I looked at Doudrop. Doudrop looked like she got bigger. Was that me? Maybe it was just me being rude or something. I don't know, maybe
They're saying no. There was a recent article praising Dewdrop about her safety.
Yeah, you were
And
saying
they
last
said
time.
she's
Yeah,
nothing like Nia Jax. That's what they're saying.
No one can be as bad as Nia Jax.
Oh, that girl was terrible.
You wrestled 10 girls and you hurt 7 of them. That's not a good percentage.
Exactly.
But
I'd be
yeah,
like, I'm out of here.
She looked bigger or something. I don't know. Maybe it was me where she was wearing, but yeah.
Could be her tights.
I don't know. But I just hope they get rid of the name Dewdrop from her. I can't stand the name. I hate the name.
Her name needs to go back to Piper Niven.
Yeah, maybe they can go back to that.
What kind of fucking name is Dewdrop?
Yeah, Dewdrop.
Dewdrop.
And it's like we said last time when we were talking about this before. Like I just don't like it with the way she is and the way her physical looks. It looks very disrespectful to me. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know. They're giving everybody back their names. Maybe they'll give her name back. That's fine. Don't really care about Austin Theory getting his name back. I don't give a shit.
I love Austin Theory. Austin Theory, if you are listening to this, I love you. Hit me up. Call me. Send me a DM on Twitter. Psychic_B.
Are you done?
Yes.
Sure? Okay.
I'm positive.
Maxine, if you're listening, Twitter account is @thekeister76, just in case.
At the Keister, are you serious?
Yeah, that's my nickname for a long time. Speaking of accounts, my TikTok video, I do TikTok, and all my TikToks are like thoughts on wrestling. That's at Chris Key, Kee. There's 2 E's, not a Y. It's the Scottish version. How you spell my name? The Scottish version. So yeah, Chris Key. I put like little comments and like things about like wrestling and stuff like here and there. I put a shot of meat. When I finally got to go home, I had some Stone Cold beer, and I actually took a video of me watching the live match with a Stone Cold beer in front of me. His new American Lager one. I like the other one better. The Lager's pretty good, but the other one's pretty better. I think the other one's better.
I've never had. I hate beer, so yuck.
You know, when I first started drinking back in the days, I couldn't stand beer. Now it's all I drink now is beer. But I can't have beer because of certain medical conditions.
Light beer.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's Extreme Rules. Then it'll be Survivor Series, right?
Yep, and Survivor Series is in Boston this year.
Yeah, be interesting.
I remember the last time they were in Boston. Long time ago. To my recollection. Everybody was, and it was a normal Survivor Series.
Yeah, I wish to go back. I mean, you can have like one match between like one match.
Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns for the 80th time.
You can have Raw versus SmackDown, like a 4-way, that, but not make it the whole fucking series. You got to have championship matches. I mean, some of those famous championship matches were on Survivor Series.
Bret Hart and Bob Backlund.
Was that Survivor Series?
Yep.
I know that. I'm pretty sure Undertaker won the first title at Survivor Series. He won it exactly a year later after his appearance, so he won that in Survivor Series.
Didn't he win the Royal Rumble too?
Undertaker?
Yes.
Eventually, I think he did. Oh, did he win? Did he win? I think he won one of them. I can't remember which one he won.
I know Maven took him out one time.
Oh, that was hysterical. That was funny.
Craven for Maven.
I was actually watching that. I was like, "What the fuck did I just see?" And like
Maven.
Like, and then there's a video of him talking about it, and like he's like, "What?" And the only thing I thought was, the fact that you're not the Undertaker, but you got your ass beat after you're not the Undertaker. He dragged you out of the fucking arena and beat the shit out of you. So what the? I would have said, no, I'm good. Just eliminate me. I'm fine. But yeah, I mean that was pretty cool. That was like one of those swerve things you see over the years. Didn't expect that, which was pretty funny. But yeah, because that's around the time. I think a little bit after that was like they had like Jeff Hardy in a ladder match with Undertaker. Undertaker like, why the fuck am I in a ladder match? But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Let's see the next person on the list that Undertaker's bringing back. I mean, Tripp's bringing back. Brought back Braun Strowman. Brought back most of the NXT guys. Brought back Crime Time or Time Crime or New Time. What the hell are those guys' name? Time Crime. Hit Row.
Hit Row. Yes, Hit Row.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, and we'll see what goes on, and hopefully, more stuff comes out, and maybe more stuff about AEW comes out. Apparently all of them.
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall when they were hitting each other with chairs, like legit.
Yeah, I mean, well, apparently the melee had like, I can't remember his fucking name now. The producer that came out, I can't remember his name. Oh my god, that's why I don't.
Tony Khan?
No. There's a producer in the show that was a friend with CM Punk. Apparently, his wife was in the room, and he was there. There's also a room with there was a dog there too. Larry the dog apparently was there too. Apparently, there's a dog there too. And apparently they came into the room and with them there, and the wife was there. And apparently, the report came out later on by what I found out about this. The report came out later on from what Culture said that the lawyer, Tony Khan's lawyer, who was like second in command of the company, was also in the room. So all of them got suspended apparently.
Yes, I heard that.
But the thing is,
they're all everything's vacated.
Yeah, they're all suspended. And that's the other thing that's the other thing about AEW that drives me away from it is that you had another intern champion crowned at All Out because the female champion who was Thunder Rosa apparently all of a sudden couldn't wrestle.
Oh
apparently
no!
She's hurt. Yeah, apparently she's hurt.
Everybody's getting hurt over there.
Well, there's some belief that the injury is not really real.
Oh, so it's a work.
Yeah, it's not work. She doesn't want to. I think she's doing Shawn Michaels, but she doesn't want to drop the belt. So she's saying she's hurt. So that was when. So I think Tony Storm actually won their interim women's champion, which I think is the stupid.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, but
I love Tony Storm. Come on,
interim champion. Shut the.
That
fuck
is
up.
Stupid. Yeah, interim champion is stupid. So that means when the champion comes back, she has to give the belt to her.
Well, that's what they did. That's what they did with Moxley and CM Punk.
Right.
They were talking smack. Moxley, they had this great fucking promo. This promos about each other. They just ripped into each other, which is awesome. And then end up saying, "Hey, I'll see you next week." And CM Punk came out. Apparently, it was like pretty much a squash match. John Moxley just beat the shit out of him. Apparently, took both belts and then went to All Out and took the championship from him. And now he's hurt, and apparently now there's a tournament for the championship belt again. Yeah.
I saw that.
I mean, like, dude, like that's just fucking crazy, man. You can't even get. There's got to be something more there because CM Punk is the biggest star you have right there, and why is it not working more smoothly? It's either CM Punk's the problem, or if it could be, or it is the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. If they're the problems, they have to go. Like, you can't have these turmoils. I mean, if this turmoil you keep talking about is real, okay, fine. Or if it's a work that's getting everybody all excited for it, that's fine. You had the big work with MJF. Like, he doesn't want to be in the company. He's calling him a fucking mark and all that shit. And then, of course, he shows up at All Out. He showed up at the end of All Out with CM Punk. So it's like, you can only do so much works. You can only do so much. But I don't think it's the work.
And then when something real happens, you're gonna be like, "That's just a work."
My point exactly. Like, it's just like people get tired of this. Like, the boy who cries wolf. People get tired of it.
Exactly.
People get tired of Roman winning all the time, especially when he's beating everybody. Like, he is beating everybody. He beat Brock twice.
Roman.
Drew. He beat Brock. He beat Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens coming like,
Edge.
Edge.
Daniel Bryanson.
I think Shinsuke Nakamura was actually one of the people he beat. I mean, beat fucking everybody. That's the other thing.
Riddle, Randy Orton.
Beat Riddle.
No, he didn't beat Randy Orton.
The only person he did not beat. The only person I could see. I was saying this the other day. The guy I work with. The only person I can see coming back and beating is Cody Rhodes. But honestly, I don't think Cody Rhodes should beat him because, like, what has Cody Rhodes done to do back? I mean, seriously, honestly. I mean, I understand it's Cody Rhodes, but like,
he needs to work up to it.
Yeah, he needs to.
I don't think he needs to come back and be like, "Okay, it's my time." He needs to build up.
Yeah,
They need to do a storyline. They need to.
Which I think they were doing pretty good with him and Seth. You know, I thought that was a pretty good way to start off.
That was great.
Yeah, and then
that was
hurt.
so good. And then he got hurt. Jesus Christ! He's in the company for what, 2 months, and he rips his pec.
Yeah, like it's very, very weird.
And that was gnarly, dude.
I'm telling you, I swear to God, I don't think Austin was supposed to win the fucking Money in the Bank. I think Cody was supposed to win Money in the Bank. I think that was an audible they called.
I think so too.
I think Austin is just hanging on. I think Theory is just hanging on to it till Cody comes back, and then he's gonna take it from Cody. And there's your
cash in
Royal match, or you know, or I don't know, whatever. But we'll see. But yeah, I think that's all we talked about for this week. I think we should wrap this up. And,
okay.
Because I don't know why it's literally 7 o'clock. I'm yawning. I don't know why. It's freaking ridiculous. But
actually, it's 8:11.
Well, oh yeah, it's 8:11 now. Well, we'll see. But yeah. So we'll see what happens. The next thing's coming up. Like I said, is Extreme Rules. I'm pretty sure we'll have a show before then. But anyway, so let's see. You got any last thoughts for you, Tina, before we close this out? I know. I think we pretty much talked about everything.
I know. I'm trying to think. I'm really impressed with Solo Sequoia, or whatever the hell his last name is. The Bloodline dude. Very impressed.
I'm just gonna call him Solo.
Okay, impressed with Solo being in the Bloodline. I like that better than Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I don't like Sami Zayn in the Bloodline. I've said it earlier. I can't. He's starting to get annoying. The whole thing with him and Jay is just getting annoying. It's just stupid, and the fact that Roman's not there to like proceed over it makes it even more stupid. Yeah. I'm hoping that when they finally bring back Naomi, I hope she goes in the Bloodline too. I really do.
That would be great.
That'd be perfect. I think that'd be great. So we'll see.
I'd love to see Sasha back too.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't know if she's gonna come back.
There were talks they're coming back. They're supposed to come back, and there were talks that apparently Bray Wyatt's coming back. So yeah, there was. I saw several things were coming out saying Bray Wyatt wants to come back. So we'll see.
That'd be awesome.
If he comes back as the Fiend, that'd be
that'd be even better.
I think he should come back as Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend. I don't like the Fiend anymore.
Maybe start Wyatt family again.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can because of what happened. What's his face? That's gonna be too much for him to deal with. I think.
Oh, you mean House of Black?
No, with what's his name? Luke Harper. What's his name? Brodus.
Oh yeah, John Huber. Luke Harper.
Yeah,
the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah,
and Eric Rowan. You're right.
Yeah, so I suggest you just stay away from that. Just bring back.
I forgot about that.
Bring him back as a regular Bray Wyatt. I think that'd be awesome. Because that's the way you bring him back in. Like, Extreme Rules. Roman Reigns beats whoever, and all of a sudden, at the very end, lights go out. He comes down the ramp with the old lantern.
Lamp, the lantern.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Like I said, we probably should have another show before Extreme Rules, or if anything else interesting happens, we'll definitely have another show. So, with that being said, thanks for everybody listening. Follow me on if you like the show, please give a like, share it. People are starting to listen to it. I'm at Twitter at thekeister.76 at Twitter. Also got TikTok. Do you have anything? Will you stop? It's a nickname I had for years. Stop laughing.
I'm on Twitter as psychic_B. I have a psychic business, so that's my professional Twitter. Yeah. I should have a wrestling Twitter. I think I'm going to make a wrestling Twitter.
Well, my TikTok's mostly. I have a TikTok. It's at Chris Key. And it's
mine's at Tina Bina on TikTok. Tina Bina.
Okay, yeah, mine's at TikTok. Mostly my TikToks is I put random thoughts of wrestling and all that stuff.
Add me then.
What, on TikTok?
Tina Bina, or it's Tina F and Bina. I can't remember. My nickname on there is Tina Bina.
How are you giving out your stuff? You don't even know what it is.
I know the name is Tina F and Bina, but the nickname that you can put on there is Tina Bina.
Did everybody get that?
What's yours again, Chris Key?
Yeah, mine's simple. Mine's Chris Key. You got like Tina Bina F.
I'll look you up. I will look you up. How's that?
Anyway, All right, guys. You guys be safe. Thanks for listening, and you guys have a nice night.
Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.